Can't believe I made it on time. I did it for 10 minutes and I was literally here in 10 minutes. So I am mixing some gold because I'm doing a deconstructive bloom. And I wanted to have some deconstructive bloom seem to go good with metallics. Although I have seen some without it. But I didn't plan to do a landscape. I think landscapes, it doesn't really matter. But some of the others just seem to look like they look better. So anyway, I'm gonna put down some clean paper so I can scrape up without things looking crazy. Let me just a little bit, just a little bit. Anyway, I decided I wanted to come down just a little more since I don't pour back that far and I get more of the table covered. And I'm not even gonna, I didn't want to bump this or have my big head. Let me see if I can, okay. I shouldn't even adjust it until I actually get the canvas on the table. Okay, there we go. At least I think that's where we go. Alright, let me cut it. Cut the paper. I know I have that phone kind of crooked. I'm so happy that I came across this paper. For the past 3 years, I have been using plastic. So I'm gonna make sure I pour there so I don't have to waste another room here. Because it goes off the table, and of course I don't use what's hanging off the table. You know what I really want to do? I want to do a big painting, like a 2 foot, 3 foot, something like that, by like a 2 foot by 3 foot or something, where I can use my big I don't know, what do you call this thing? I used to know what it is. You know, you can water the plants with, and then I can. But it feels weird doing it on a canvas that's not huge. See, I messed up, got paint on it. I want to come to y'all with a pure white canvas. Just trying to see if I'm all in. I can actually get closer. Let me see, maybe I can. That's why I make my mistake, because I try to make it too perfect. I just want you guys to really see. And actually, we can do like that, be a little more overhead. How about that? I think I made a shadow. See? It's my fault, y'all. I don't know how to just leave stuff alone. Okay. I think I might have got rid of the shadow. Alright, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop because I think this is good enough. I think. Okay. I think we're good. Because you got the whole canvas now. And the sound, everything is still down. So We just put a little tape so this doesn't move. And I already have my pins on the back. I don't like to put tape on there. I like to do it for the really big canvases, but I sort of like to have some of that color on there. Am I crazy? No, I won't say no one, but a lot of people tend to not necessarily like that. So the colors today are gold, purple. I don't know what this is. It's like a dark mauve and blue. And I feel guilty like I should have some white. I do have some white over there. But I don't know. Do I want? Yeah, I feel like I should have white. Do I? Is it gonna make gray with that black? I'll think about it while I'm stirring. See? That's that gloss medium. This is a cloud mix actually. So, ooh, I almost dropped it. I don't know. Is God trying to tell me no? Okay, yeah, it's too thin. That was my guardian angel knocking it out my hand. I don't think so. I don't think they would do that. Somebody was trying to tell me no. Which was good because, like I said, it's too thin. It's okay. We got gold. We got gold. I don't know how it's going to turn out, though. Just these colors and black. We'll see. I have a black base. Now, I could... I do have a black base, but I could just use straight house paint. Or... I do have another, oops, hold on, I have another satin enamel. It just has satin enamel and Floetrol. I could do that. I think I'll do that. 'Cause I'm feeling like it's gonna look weird on black. And probably not, but it's just gonna be really dark, and that's not, I don't know. Because then what if it looks, if sometimes I do it just to break up the flowers, but these are a little thick, so I didn't do them to break up flowers. I more so did them to, I don't know what I did it for. I didn't have a landscape in mind, but I did want to, oof, I don't know. But this has to be thicker than them. And this is probably about the same. Let me see. No, it's a little thicker. As I stir, I'm thinking. My black was ready to go, but I just feel like it's gonna be too dark. Because the purple's gonna dry darker, the blue's gonna dry darker, the dark mauve and the, I feel like I'm saying Darth Maul from Star Wars. Uh-oh. I could have swore I stopped everything. Had a little not a warning, a time for bed alarm. I think I'm gonna go for it, but the only thing I am gonna do is check my paints. I'm only gonna check a couple of colors, just a couple. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do my gold. 7, 8, 9, 10. Look like I have a 9. I guess I'll do this blue. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like a small little pinch more. Okay. Actually, I ended up putting more blue and gold than white. But then the white is thicker, so maybe not. But let's see. The white is supposed to be thicker. Okay. I could actually thin up that gold a little more. So I'm just gonna thin up. I almost poured my drinking water in there. Wouldn't have mattered, but alright. So this should make this about the same consistency as the blue. The thing about these metallics is you get them to the right consistency, you sit it down. If you walk away for more than a few minutes, it starts to thicken all over again. It's kind of good. I wish all of them did that actually. I'd rather that than them be watery, because then you can, if you make it too thin, instead of wasting more paint, you could just let it sit. Okay. I like to make sure that water is up in there before I start getting happy with my mixing. And I always scrape the sides because sometimes you have like a little lump or thicker paint there. One time I thought it was something in my paint, but it was just that I hadn't mixed it up well. Okay, look at that gold. So beautiful. The shimmer is going to be great. I just have to make sure I do this right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that there's no white lumps. I'm going to pour my base down. Oh my goodness, I bust a glove. But I've worn them. They're quite thin, these that I have. I'm going to pour my base down with this so I catch any lumps. I don't see any lumps in there, but I didn't want to take chances. It looks like something might be a little lumpy in there. Trying to think, do I need a little more? Yeah. Yep, there's a few little somethings in there. Yeah, see? And all of that would have been in my painting. And I would have been sad and mad. All at the same time. Alright, I'm gonna rinse this really quick. in case I need to put some more down. This will be, because this will get hard. And patting it in will dry fast. Okay. And I'm just drying it off. So I'll set these over here with the little colander filter thingy. Now let's tilt this around. Not too much, but just some. Okay. Let's move it back to the middle. I think I moved it back to the middle. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to put them close because whenever I don't, I blow the nice flour off the table. My brain stopped just now, FYI. Alright, what color do we want to do first? I'm going to do 3. I always throw a little gold in the middle. I would say I don't know why, but I just love the way that gold looks. And I always put gold on top. But you know, this time I think I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna give 2 layers of gold. Put some right there. Some right here. And we'll do the purple. Oh wait, did I cheat? I'm leveling it, not putting it directly in the middle. I found that it really doesn't matter. So, just based on the way that it's, I know I have to blow it out. Actually should have put that a little bit closer here, but it's okay. So put a little bit more on top. Pinch more blue. I don't know. Should I put more? This dark mauve. I always feel like I'm saying dark mauve from Star Wars. If you know, you know. Okay. I feel like moving eggs, you know, you crack them. Okay. feel like I should take this off. Because I get too caught up. And I did say I wanted to put some... This is a little... Should I? Let me wait. Let me do everything like I'm supposed to. And then I'll innovate after. Here we go. Ah! I almost forgot to put the activator on. Wow. It's not my first time ever doing that either. Wait, let me go. I picked this guy just that fast. I can't believe I almost did that. And again, it's not the first time I've ever done that. So far, so good. Alright, I'm okay with the blowout. I just like to make sure that I got that gold stretched out real good. Recording. Oh, thanks. It's my granddaughter. So I'm just trying to get that right there. That's why I think they stopped using this piece, because you see how it did it circular? Okay. I think it's time to blow out. I see some gold here, there, there. If I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna put a little blue here. Pinch of purple. Pinch of mauve. Of course, I'm gonna overdo the gold. I even wanna do the gold there with maybe a tiny pinch of purple and blue. And I think I'm gonna take this off. Okay. Now let's see what we're working with. Or as I say, the moment of truth. Okay. Just loosening it up. Then I think I'm gonna do like Karen does and spin it, although my paint is thin. And I'm also gonna do something else she does and put this paint on here. This makes it stretch much better, much easier. So that paint will roll over. Okay. Let me spin it. And then I will stretch it. One of them times when having big hands come in handy. Oh, you get a close-up. I'll move this paint back. And that's white down there. I'm gonna have to move this. Oh my God. I feel like I should just spin. This is so gorgeous. But it's not done. I'm gonna take this paint off the sides. I wanted to just scrape it off, but So I'm gonna spin it to see what I'm coming up with, but I'm stuck. Initially, if I could have left it the way it was, I would have, but it was too much paint, so I had to spin it. In spinning it, what I'm finding is I may need to stretch this. See, when I'm looking at Karen do hers, I already know when it's going to be a landscape. And like whether she has the intention or not, I'm looking at it like if that's not a landscape, it needs to be. Or even if she doesn't have that intention, I see it, you know, just being in the audience looking. But for some reason, when it's me, I don't always see it. Now, sometimes I'll look and I'll say, oh my goodness, a landscape, and I wasn't even going for that. And I'm hoping that this is one of those times. When I do a deconstructive bloom, I'm going to have to remember that I need a couple of cloths. Not always when I'm doing the others, but deconstructive bloom, quite messy. Alright, I'm going to take a chance and start knocking off some of these corners. See what we come up with. And I'm only doing on that corner because the gold is further away from it. Bring it back in. Just to take it down that corner. And I might have to pour again. Bring it back in. I might have to do another bloom. We'll see. Let's turn this around. A lot of paint, you know, because we had the what am I trying to say? We had the satin enamel at the bottom, all of that white. A little more. I'm gonna go back that way to get some of that off at the bottom. I don't like it. I see a part I don't like it, but I'm going to try to stretch it back this way and see if stretching it out makes me like it. A little more. Okay. Let me bring it a little more. So far, I love it. I just need to, I don't know what I need. I think I need to walk away for a minute. I'm looking away. You can't see me, but I'm looking away. Scraping the paint off my fingers while I give my eyes a break from the canvas. But there's a corner down here that I love everything down here. Are you all the way in? Okay. I love everything down here. I'm not sure. I don't mind the black, but I'm not sure. I don't mind if I have to pour some of this off, but I love that. That's what I don't want to pour off. The way that it's blending, I love it. This I can live with, but I know it'd look better if I poured it off. But then I would get rid of that. This is what I hate. I don't want to lose that down there, but I may have to. I love this here. I love this. Nothing special. Nothing special. Nothing special. Alright, I'm gonna turn it. It's not a deconstructive bloom, and it's not, I mean, it's not gonna be like, have that flowery look, because I've already bypassed stretching so much of the flowers apart. It's not going to, it doesn't look like a landscape because there's a lot of blue and it's not as much white. Probably if I didn't add that extra blue, maybe. I feel like I need to pour this, but then I'm saying, okay, what are my options? I can do another puddle. Because if I was to lift this up over there to pour this off, it means that I love what's over there more than here. And the only thing I love over there is that gold right there and right here. But they're not in danger. That is in danger. And that's gorgeous. It must have just like really started forming more because I didn't see it before. This is gorgeous, but when I poured that off, I could probably stop about right there. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this off and see. Oh, I hate to get rid of that. I may have to rethink that thought. I'm gonna, let me scrape some of this paint and then spin it and see. Because what if this is one of those times where I look at it later and say, oh wow, I wish I would have left it alone. Because some things are happening. I don't know if you see some pearls coming through? Let me torch it. That always saves the day. Not always, but some things pop up and all of a sudden I like it. I don't like this black, but if I had to, I could live with it. I don't want to, I'm sorry, I'm coming in trying to see what you guys see. I'm kind of blocking your light a little bit. I don't want to, I've done it. I looked at it earlier today. I was looking at some of the videos that I made, and I saw something that I really liked, and I was so angry with myself because I kept on, I just didn't like it when I was standing there. And then afterwards, I was like, oh no, that was beautiful. What did I do? And I know some people will just leave it because if they don't like it, they could paint over it. But sometimes I paint over it and the paint is too thin and it lifts the paint under the bottom, and I'm not always able to save it and make it a textured paint. Some good things are happening, and I'm sorry that you're shaking. Some good things are happening in the middle though. See that right there? And then some white pearls are popping up, or cells. I mean, I think I saw those coming a little while ago. This is coming through even better. Some things are coming up here, through here. Sometimes it's just patience. That's why I'm thinking maybe, but maybe I could stand to get rid of like a half an inch or a quarter inch, but I can't get rid of more than that. And I have got to put that thing down at the right moment. I got it on a tilt, so the part that I really want to come off will come off a little faster. Can't believe I did it. See, by me stretching it, some more stuff came up. I still got this. I still have that. I lost some of that white. This stretched out some. It's not as whatever as I wanted it. I was hoping it was going to be, but it did make some purple come through and it mixed with the gold. So now it's like a metallic purple. Some cells are coming through there. Some cells there. Some pearls are coming through. Oh my goodness, look at what happened there. I don't even mind that black. This is not the best, but it can't all be perfect, right? I like the what's coming through there. I'm happy. I'm praying I don't see anything that I can't live with. I'm not particular about that corner, but that's easy. And then sometimes you want to leave something because the part that you think is ugly or whatever, it could be accenting the parts that are beautiful or that you really like. Yeah, I'm trying to talk myself into it. Into letting go. This is just very weird. I wonder if it's gonna have a shimmer. That's gold mixed with the satin enamel. I don't even mind that that's stretched because it's taking some of that gold and giving it shimmer. That's why I like using gold, because even parts that's no longer, that might have just went past the gold a little bit, they get a shimmer. I love that right there. Had I not put too much blue, this would have looked like that, or close. I'm not particular about this, but I know what to do for that. I'm trying to think, should I leave this paint on there? I'll do a little corner and see. Yes, okay. Okay. It's not even down here that I have a problem with. God, I should have left that alone. The problem I have is right there. Let me get the small one. It's this, the way this is going right here. This is what I messed up. See if I can fix it. Or just take it out. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna stop. I don't like that and I want to fiddle with it, but I can live with it because the rest of it I like. I'll just take this white. Yeah, see now I'm nitpicking. I'm gonna stop though. Gold there, lots of shimmer all around, gold here, and lots of shimmer, lots of this gold and lots of shimmer. I'm happy. I do wish there was more gold in the center, but I didn't do the whole, sometimes I take gold and just kind of go a little crazy with it, but I didn't do that, which is fine because the way that I blew it would have just gotten covered up anyway. So I haven't looked at it from all angles, but the way that you're facing it, so far it seems like that's how I would hang it. Let me look at it from this angle. Yeah, I won't even tell you what it looks like from that angle. If you do fluid art, you probably know what I'm talking about. If for some reason things always have this shape, where it comes this way and then it comes this way. Like a uterus. There you go, I said it. But anyway, I am done. Am I done? I just had an idea to take some gold through a few places, like here. I want to take gold through that boot so bad, but I'm like, you really want to be that bold? I really do. Can I do it through the black? Look, there's gold there. I'm gonna do it. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. Alright, I'm gonna stop. It gets good to you. I can't lie. I'm ready to take that gold and keep on, but I'm gonna stop. Leave well enough alone. As I say that, I'm trying to find places to put gold. Alright, I'm done. Look, I'm putting it down. I'm gonna wipe it off and put it right back with the other tools. See? Done. I'm even gonna wipe this one. Well, that one so that I can clean the bottom off. But anyway, that's it. Here you go. This is how I would hang it. Because the other side looks like a uterus. But anyway, listen, thank you for joining me. Could have been anywhere, but you were here with me or coming back and checking out the video. I appreciate you. I'm starting to get more views, so I appreciate it. And so for those of you who really are liking and sharing and subscribing and, you know, just, I guess, telling people about, you know, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm getting more views and I appreciate it. I think one time I got 1,000 views, or was that for my podcast? I think that might have been for my podcast, for my dream series. Check out my playlist. I have everything there. Just regular shorts, other videos. I have a dream series. I got to put some more episodes out. I have these crazy weird dreams and I tell them and I cannot believe the amount of people that listen to them. Like I said, one video had like 1,000 views and I was like, wow. So I really need to get back to it, but I can't. I don't want to make up stories. I have to wait till I have these crazy dreams. And I have one more to put up, and then after that, well, actually, I had another one the other night, but it was weird. I have some scary ones, but I don't put the scary ones up. I just talk about the interesting ones, you know. But anyway, again, thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Andrea, and I'm just making art.